Hello, everyone. I'm your boss, Joe Boss, and welcome to another weekly plan. It seems like I started today's stream on ultra low latency mode. Is there a way I can change this? Yeah, I'm just getting an error on my side. Let me just check. Is the video coming in blurry on your guys' end? Because it's only showing me the error now after the stream already has been live for some time. Yep, everything's clear. All right, thank you very much, all right? At a minimum, we just won't have a 1440p recording. That's all well and good. I'll just remember to change that one setting for the next stream. Kinda sucks, but that's just how it is. Alrighty. So today is Inauguration Day, and later on in the week we have a few important bits of economic information to look over. We can check the week ahead right here later today. Well, first, before Trump's inauguration, we have the Bank of Canada's Business Outlook survey. A few things going in there. Tuesday, some sentiment out of Germany. Inflation in New Zealand's a big one. Inflation in Canada, also important if you're trading the Canadian dollar. Thursday, we have Bank of Japan, the Japanese flash PMIs, Japanese inflation, Australian PMIs, and then the quarterly report out of the Bank of Japan. Then on Friday, PMIs for the G7. Give me a second here. The kitty cat wants to get out of the room. Yeah, sometimes the cat just needs to get out of the room. Like, oh, you're doing all this talking now while I'm trying to sleep. Let me leave. Let me leave the room. Cat wants to get some good sleep. Alrighty. In the meantime, as we continue on, let me go ahead and put on a little bit of music. There we go. Something nice in the background. Hopefully it's not too loud. I'll actually turn it down just a little bit more, so it definitely does not overwhelm. Just in the background. Background. So that's what we got for the week ahead here. As for today specifically, I have a few things that I've written in preparation for today. But on my DXY chart, I have these lines that I've drawn. And I'm just going to do a quick review here. Back over here, we had a story from the Washington Post break that said, oh, Trump is going to be more lenient on his tariff policy. And the DXY fell. And then Trump came out and said, no, that's not what's going to happen. And the DXY ripped back up, and then it recovered following that. And somewhat similarly, the other day, we had, and Donald Trump announced that they had a phone call together that was quite productive, right? China's Xi in phone call with Trump. We both place great importance on our interactions and hope for a positive start to China-US relations during the new US presidential term. And this is a picture of what the chart looked like when it first, this is this down to here. And a bunch of people are saying, oh man, is this going to be confirmation of that Washington Post article, right? Did Trump say something along? No. One of the things that has come out since the story broke was that, I'm sorry, the music's getting a little distracting for me. I'll go ahead and put on the other music. There we go. It's, I tried to put on some other background music this time, but you know what? Just not feeling it. It's kind of interrupting my my train of thought. Anyways, statement on the phone call: essence of U.S.-China economic and trade relations is a mutual benefit and win-win. Confrontation and conflict should not be our choice. Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say now. One of the things mentioned that we know now during the Trump-Xi phone call here from the 17th was that Trump asked, hey, could I come to China sometime during the first 100 days of my presidency? We don't know if that's going to happen or not quite yet, but we know Trump asked to visit China within his first 100 days. There was a Bloomberg article on the call shortly after. This is certainly an important gesture from both sides to rebuild their working relationship. And then, because I just want to focus on, hey, understand that when there's new information around Trump, it's going to be very tradable, just like during the very first term. These are the, quote, tariff day moves. This comes from a chart that Brent Donnelly compiled, I believe. At least he shared it during a podcast, the Macro Trading Floor podcast. He presented it. And he shows, hey, here's how a bunch of different currencies moved on the days that different tariffs were announced. So just to point out, dollar yen fell on a lot of these announcements. Dollar yuan rose on a lot of these announcements because a lot of these were against China. Dollar Mexico, dollar peso rose most of the time, but given that now we have information that Trump is going to be going after the cartels more seriously during his first administration here, it doesn't seem like we should look at the Mexico, these blue columns here, all that closely. And then dollar euro, or rather, yeah, dollar euro. So this is the inverse. It seems to kind of flip-flop depending on which tariff was announced. Sometimes the euro is better against the dollar during a particular tariff. Sometimes the dollar is better. So it's really tariff dependent. And then tariff day moves in various stocks and equities. So you can see here, if you want to look at this chart, you can, of course, find the Macro Trading Floor podcast and check it out. But past this move after the Xi call, you can see the dollar has completely recovered from that move. Completely recovered. And now we're going to be going over the next part. There was an exclusive around Fox saying he's going to sign 200 executive orders on his first day. And we're going to cover what the rumors are here. Around 3 p.m. Eastern today, Trump is going to be in the Oval Office during the quote-unquote signing ceremony. So find out when 3 p.m. Eastern is in your local time zone right now. Find out when that's at. Because that's when all these executive orders are going to start getting announced and can start immediately moving markets. If we get no tariff policy action, and I highly doubt we won't, considering the rumor of 200 executive orders coming down the pike, we'd expect US dollar weakness. So on the announcement of these tariffs, the expectation from a bunch of analysts is, oh, when these tariffs get announced, dollar is going to get stronger because it's going to require people, who want to continue doing business, at least even short term, to acquire more US dollars to pay that extra tariff, or else they're going to have to cut back on growth. All right, Ari. See you in a bit, my man. Have a good night's sleep. Let's continue on, guys. Let me know if you're here, and let me know if there's something in particular you want me to review. So, 200 executive orders rumored to come in Inauguration Day. The official source, anonymous source, this is the most extensive list of executive actions in American history. So, the Washington Post article was also an anonymous source, right? So why am I looking at this Fox exclusive more seriously, even though they are also saying, oh, we have a source inside the Trump admin giving us information? Because this source is coming with a lot of detail. The Washington Post article was like 2 paragraphs. This article from the source in Fox, there's like 10 paragraphs of stuff, of announcements and rumors. It's not like this rinky-dink little thing trying to manipulate prices, like, okay, this is like what's going to probably be happening. Because it's a lot of detail, and it goes into quite a great deal of specifics, unlike the Washington Post article did all those days back. So first, day 1, he's going to declare the border a national emergency, and he's going to establish the cartels as terrorist organizations, right? Cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. I am so happy about this. This is way overdue. Energy sector. So for anyone trading commodities, oil, you need to watch this. Fox News Digital says that the energy executive order, there's apparently only going to be one. Energy executive order deals with, quote, every single energy policy and addresses liquid natural gas, ports, fracking, pipelines, permitting, and more, while also terminating Biden's policies that he's considered constraining U.S. energy supply. So, based on just this, we can probably assume oil prices are probably going to fall on news that the U.S. is going to have all these deregulatory things announced. It depends, again, on the size and the total impact. We actually have to see what comes out, but given the scope and how broad of a brushstroke this might be, this is kind of important to watch if you're trading commodities. We can check out CL here. See some really high top wicks in the last few 5-minute candles. If we check the day, you can see we've been selling off. Oil's been selling off the last 3 days after it hit $80. I would not be surprised to see the thing come down a bit from here. Frankly, we have to see what's in there, but yeah, we have to watch oil. Next, bureaucracy. I mean, you guys can read this if you want. There's a bunch of things he's going to be doing with BoJ, firing people who lied about the Hunter Biden laptop, and all DEI programs in the federal government. TikTok, he's going to be giving them an extended time period to come back online. And that's pretty much the brunt of what the Fox exclusive talks about. And let's go here to a minute, because we're going to be seeing things open here in not too much time from now. Inauguration day prediction markets. Okay, so now we're going to go over probabilities, odds of specific things getting announced, like in the first week or so here, or on inauguration day. So these are different prediction markets, and we can pull these up if I can. There we go. Man, it's good to be prepared, right, with all your research. So let me go to monitor, transition. All right, there we go. So the first prediction market we're going to check out here. Will Trump impose tariffs before Thursday? And the odds are currently 69%. 69% that Trump will impose any tariffs at all by Thursday. And it's got $41,000 in volume. That's not the biggest market here, but that's pretty strong confidence. Which countries will impose tariffs? Well, Trump imposed tariffs on in the first 48 hours. It seems like China, Mexico, and Canada are all kind of split 50-50 here. There's a $200,000 volume here on this market in Kalesh. Yeah. Yep. And you can see the odds have risen quite a bit. The odds were back here on January 12th, 33, 33, 25 for Canada, Mexico, Canada, respectively. And now it's 56, 52, 45. It's quite a big jump on the prediction market odds here. We can close out these two. We don't need them. And next, we have the same sort of market, but now on poly market. This market's a bit smaller. It's $81,000, but it's looking over the same odds. And you can kind of see that they're ranked in the same sort of order. China, Canada, Mexico all have really high odds of having tariffs imposed on them. But in this poly market one, Canada's odds are 36% instead of 45%. So less volume on this one than the Kalish one. And you want to trust the ones that have the highest volume, generally speaking. Sometimes certain markets can have more informed participants in it, but either the more informed participants are participating in a lower liquidity market because there's some kind of arbitrage between that one and the higher liquidity market, or they're just getting better odds betting in the lower liquidity market most of the time. So best to trust the higher liquidity market, the one from Kalish we were just looking at. So it seems like across the board, China, Canada, Mexico, odds of a tariff getting imposed on them sometime this week is like a coin flip. Yeah, not great odds when you're talking about that. Now, this is really, really nice to see. This is, will Trump impose 25% tariff on Canada, Mexico, right? Mexico/Canada. And this has a $450,000 volume. This is the largest market of the four we just looked at, including this one. And this says 32% chance, a third of a chance that there is this 25% tariff on. I don't know if this slash means Canada and Mexico or Canada or Mexico. Let's actually read the show more. Signs all necessary documents to charge Mexico and Canada. Okay. So let's see here. A general tariff that includes item-specific exceptions will still qualify, as long as a policy of a general 25% or greater tariff on imports into the United States from Mexico or Canada is enacted. If the tariff is instituted on Mexico but not Canada, or Canada but not Mexico, this will still qualify. Okay, so this is actually the most broad market. It's like, okay, tariffs on Mexico, tariffs on Canada, or tariffs on both. It's very important that you read the rules of these markets so you actually understand. So this is actually a pretty broad market, which is one of the reasons why it probably has this high volume. That's actually quite... Well, I would assume that Trump might be implementing tariffs on Mexico in the first week. So I would assume, oh, look, the odd went up a percentage point here. I would expect this to be like around the 40s already, like when it was way back here on Christmas. So, given that, the odds of tariffs coming in are pretty damn likely. Especially this one here that says, hey, 70% chance that there's just any tariff that gets put on. There's a bunch of these markets. Let's see here. Anything else? Oh yeah, that's right. Here in the Plan the Profit Discord, we have a Trump watch thread. I made an announcement the other day here. This is a special thread for the next 4 years, so long Discord is around for that long. Over the next 4 years, whenever there is an announcement that comes from Trump's administration, that comes from Trump's Truth Social, X posts, any of his secretaries, if we get any rumors, meetings, any tariff announcements, upcoming events, this is the one-stop shop thread for, hey, there is breaking news. I need to post it somewhere and get notified immediately. Where do I post this? And where do I get those notifications? That is going to be this Trump Watch thread. This is a free and collaborative thread for anyone who's just in the Plan the Profit server to use. And you can get notifications for this thread. Follow the instructions here, shows you how to follow the post to get notifications right away. And we already set up the policy where it's like, okay, well, what if I post something in here and I can post it in another channel or another server or whatever? The rule is just forward. The goal is to get the message in this thread as quickly as possible so people get a notification as quickly as possible. And then we can forward it to other places, or if you receive the information from another server, forward it to this thread as quickly as possible. Speed is the important part here, because sometimes Squawk chats can't keep up. Like during the first Trump administration, a lot of Squawk chats couldn't keep up with the Trump posts all the time, consistently. So if we have a group of people who are active and are proactive in watching markets and the rumors on tariffs and any sort of developments that are occurring and trying to do collaborative research together, having a specific spot where we can just say, hey, there's something new going on here. And then we can talk about it or whatever and find out from there what we need to do. But speed is the whole point of this Trump Watch thread. So if you need the link to join the Discord so that then you can participate and follow and get notifications from that thread, go to the description here in the YouTube chat. And here, I'll go ahead and post it here in the YouTube chat as well. through WAP, join the Plan the Profit server. And I have people go through WAP because it prevents all these bots and so many scammers. It's like a prove you're a human sort of thing for joining into the server. Plus, it's a little bit of advertising. You get to see my indicators, right? The range probabilities, the pivot points, and you can get a trial for this sort of stuff. I can walk you through it and whatnot. Again, if you're in the trading group, you'll get access to these notes. Before I went live today, I went and shared my day ahead notes with everybody in the trading group. And everyone in the trading group also got these weekly outlook notes that break down, hey, here are the major events for all the major central banks that we'll be watching. And here are the things that we need to keep an eye on, and what kind of rate cut expectations and what sort of odds those rate cut expectations have currently going into the week ahead, what kind of economic data we should be focused on, right? And then a little calendar, Trump inauguration, zoo, there's the New Zealand inflation rate. And then I believe down here we have, there's Lagarde. She speaks at Davos this week. That'll be important to watch to see if she has any like new methodology or whatever for enacting ECB policies. Just whenever someone's speaking at Davos, they try and do a big speech. So it's just like, okay, she's speaking at Davos, just pay attention. Okay, so with that all said, I'm going to repeat. 3 p.m. Eastern. Keep an eye out when Trump gets to the Oval Office signing ceremony. Around that time is when these executive orders are going to be coming down the pike. And at that point, I mean, literally, if we could just get a live stream, if we could find a live stream, you know, maybe someone who's now watching and can post that in the Trump Watch research thread here. If someone can post that, that'll be great. We could then go ahead and do kind of a group voice chat and watch and talk with each other as we watch the executive orders getting passed. There was some stuff, especially in the commodities channel. Yeah, I posted a little snippet about that oil stuff going on. Like, hey, there's one big fat executive order going on with commodities that is happening here. So if you're particularly exposed to commodities, hey, we're going to be hanging out in that Discord voice chat, going over, seeing if we can find a live stream around 3 p.m. Eastern when Trump is at the Oval Office signing ceremony for when he actually executes these executive orders. Now, if you guys have any requests or you have any questions, now would be the time. And considering there's, like 5-6 people watching, go ahead. It's like small class, small group. Feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'm going to be setting up a game of poker for anyone who hops into the Discord. So if you hop into the Discord or if you're still watching, I'll go ahead and set up a poker game for us. Again, I'm just waiting at the moment for any questions. But again, this is sort of an after the stream is done sort of thing. So if you want to do it now, you can reserve your seat. You can go ahead, reserve your seat. And when the stream is done, we can play 2 or 3 rounds of poker. And we'll all be in the voice chat here on Discord. Gotta push the Discord. Gotta push the poker. Gotta push the indicators and all that good stuff. But in all seriousness, having a thread that's collaborative and free to get notifications for the next 4 years whenever Trump is doing something is kind of an important feat to have. It's really, really important to have a place to get that information as quickly as possible when you're trading and you have exposure on. Because the last thing you need is Trump to say something off the cuff that markets overreact to. And you don't know why markets are reacting so strong. And you just need to have access to the information in order to make competent decisions to protect yourself. In order to actually determine, like, should I actually hold this position? Should I not hold it? This happened a lot during the first Trump administration. It's really, really important to stay informed when this new information comes out. All right. So go ahead, sit on into the poker game. I believe that is everything I wanted to talk about today. Nothing specific on the charts has really happened yet. Nothing super crazy. Euro dollar has moved higher 50 pips as the DXY has moved higher, which is rather interesting. That's probably the high for the day, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the high for the day. Past 1034. Set up an alert for that. I would be surprised past 1034. Because that would be... you're going into the upper 103s on euro dollar. Past 1034 at that point. Maybe there's someone who wants me to take on a request. We'll see. Gold, anything happening here? Pretty sideways. That does look like we're gonna start ranging from here. Again, 3 p.m. Pacific. Find out what this time is in your local time when Trump is at the Oval Office signing ceremony. Because as soon as he starts signing stuff, we are going to move. And markets, for all we know, can just be flat, can do nothing, can be sideways going into that ceremony. That is, unless there are leaks. So between now and here, there could be leaks. Like 1 or 2 hours, few hours before Trump comes in and officially signs the thing. And that could end up moving markets, and those could just be rumors and pure manipulation. You gotta be careful going forward here into the next 4 years on any rumors and whatnot. So it's important to just have a place that you can watch those rumors and not get railroaded by them kind of, coming out of the blue from off the side. Gotcha. So let's protect each other. Let's hop into the Trump watch thread. EJ moving weird. Yeah, it is. I saw it. It's moved 84 pips. Look at that. Man, that's a nice spot to buy. It didn't stay down there very long, but man. Once it made this new high, it seemed pretty clear it was at least going up to here. That is nutty. Let's see, was there any news here? Huh. Let's see, is the stream back? Okay. Looks like the stream is back. Okay, I don't know what happened. My computer just blue screened on me. So I am back. Don't worry. The stream will go on. We're not done yet. But now I need to just set up the layout here real quick. Bum, bada, bum. All right, transition, music. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, we are back. Alright, so we were looking at Euro Yen before I got cut off, and now it's at 90 pips. Yep, that kind of sucks that the thing fell off, but this is how it goes. We'll look at this pair and we'll call it. Yeah. This thing's probably gonna head. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it had as high as 161.6. It's quite a huge move. I believe what I was doing is I was about to check if there was any news here off of Financial Juice. Let's see, anything around to Eurozone construction output. Trump to proclaim new era of national success. No, it doesn't seem like there was anything that came down the pike. You're on Financial Juice. Here, let's check the calendar. 2 a.m. Nope. Yeah, and I have all the events showing here. So yeah, nothing super crazy, it seems, that gave us this latest pop. I wonder what caused that pop to occur. Anyways, I'm gonna double check and make sure everything on my computer is now fine after the crash. I will be in the Discord chat, and again, if any of you guys want notifications and updates for free in a collaborative space while we watch rumors and tariff negotiations around the Trump admin over the next 4 years, go ahead, hop in and set up notifications to the Trump Watch thread. Instructions and everything is here in the announcements section, and the link is already in the chat on how to get in there. It's the WAP chat. Link's also in the description. Okay, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and make sure everything on my computer is still good. And I will see you all in a bit.